So by this time of the game, and that's not game, but the name Vitali sounds for most of you, sounds very much familiar. We talk about the Russian blogger, YouTuber with the name of Vitali. That's his stage name, and that's his real name. That's how it goes. His show on YouTube and all these platforms in Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, you name it. I mean, with 10 million followers, and with his the jail time he's spending now. I mean, he was just caught in the Philippines. He was streaming from the Philippines, and well, according to the sources, the law enforcement sources in the Philippines, that he's been accused of violating Filipino laws in his show, in his streaming, on his live events in the Philippines. Now, but let's start with the question of um, what they have in common. Wendy Williams, Robin Williams, which has nothing to do with Wendy Williams, of course, that's the last name, and Vitali. What they have, there are three things most, this is going to be, the video is going to be those three things that they have in common. Vitali, this, fame, very much known celebrity in the YouTube community and the world, of course, with 10 million followers combined with other platforms. That's a lot, subscribers, 10 million, over 10 million subscribers. Of course, now Wendy Williams, the famous, also celebrity talk show host, who is assisted living place in New York City, and Robin Williams, the acclaimed Hollywood actor. He passed away like around 15, I would say, yeah, very much 15, 16 years ago. Very much well-known comedian. What does these three personalities have in common? And what they have in common is that they are looking for something that they can't find. I'm gonna state this again and get real. They're looking for something that they can't find. It seems that after fame, money, recognition, uh, properties, social status, all the things that I mentioned, the four main things that we all human beings are craving for that. I was one of them. I'm still, I say, well, in my YouTube channel, if, hopefully it gets monetized or have more subscribers. And we always, try to have some ambition of the projects we do. These three celebrities, sadly, after reaching the top in their careers, in the case of Wendy Williams, the top. I mean, you can't go farther than that. I mean, uh, over 30 years in the media, being a talk show host with good rating, money. She went to a marriage. She had a child, a son who was all in his 20s now. I mean, of course, the whole red carpet, the celebrity status, awards, the social recognition, friends. I mean, yeah, family members. That some of them, some family were. She says she couldn't stand that. She couldn't stand them. Some relatives, but some of them, they got, they were a little close to her, but apparently nothing was fulfilling enough. Nothing was enough for Wendy Williams. In the case of Wendy Williams, and just to go where we need to go in this reflection, these words, that we have to really get into the personality of each one of them. I mean, which is, I'm talking Wendy Williams at this moment. I'm describing a lady, a girl. She is a 60 years old girl, and just not a few days ago, she went out to dinner with Fame, another journalist, very well known journalist, Don Lemon, and another couple of friends. In this after, where paparazzi, they have like bees all over where they went. They went to a local restaurant in Midtown, New York. But the thing that is most relevant is in this discussion, this talk that we have in this evening, is that what she says afterwards. Probably not too many people, were mentioned this, but she said this, and I am quoting her. That's one of the most important she has said in thousands of interviews, so many interviews she's been through. But one of the most important thing she said was just 3 4 days ago when she went out, and there was a little interview impromptu and she said, I quote, I want to start something that is real. I want to start a new life that is real. What is, I mean, what something that is real and something that is a fantasy, there's a thin line nowadays, in the media, in social media even. And I'm going to get to that when I talk about the stunts and pranks of Vitali and how he got in trouble now. But the most relevant thing is that all the 60 years, she was born 60 years ago, she's 60, but she looks very young. I mean, she's full of life, very energetic. I'm talking Wendy Williams. And then she says, I just want to start, begging for life, begging for that new life. And that new life, she can go out with friends. She still have plenty of money. Plenty of money at the bank. She's been working a long time and she, making millions of dollars, millions per year. So even though with all these, expenses that she's been having the last 3 4 years, that she's been from one facility to a next facility, and guardianship, lawyers, medical, expenses and the whole thing, she has still lots of money for the rest of her life. And now she has a star, an all-star lawyer, Joe Tacopina. Very much, if you have, people who knows about Major League Baseball, this is like the all-star game between an American League team and the national team. Joe Tacopina will be the pitcher, the star pitcher of one of those teams. We're talking about big time, top 100 in the nation, in the union, in the United States. One of the top 100 lawyers in the union is one of them is Joe Tacopina. Very much, very well versed, very talented, smart trial lawyer. That he's been taking many high profile cases. Just like, remember Johnny Cochran, the O.J. Simpson case, that Johnny, one of the stars. And he died very very young age too. But keeping in real with how the situation of Vitali and all these three celebrities I'm mentioning, one of them already passed away. And nobody knew in situations like this. In Vitali, this YouTuber guy, Wendy Williams guys, Robin Williams, when he passed away, nobody has been able to figure out what is in their mind, what's going on behind the cameras, when they go, in the privacy of their bedroom. We don't know. And people even close to them, these three celebrities, they don't know exactly what's going on, or they don't bother. They think everything is smiles, life, laughs, and everything, seem to be pretending to be happy. Think about you, if you live 50, 40 years or 30 years just pretending to fit in society. To have that recognition, you have to smile all the time. And the paparazzi is all over you. The media. That kind of pressure is hell. That kind of pressure, social pressure, family pressure, the media pressure, the work. The celebrity status you have done. Forget about losing that celebrity status. It's like hell. It's like you're dead. So that pressure, that drive to be almost, to every day to be better, to have more subscribers. In the case of Vitali, to have more subscribers, he already have millions of subscribers, 10 million subscribers. That's good money. He's not a poor guy. He's a wealthy YouTuber. He's one of those wealthy YouTubers that has plenty of money. Yeah, he's a young guy, only 33 years old. And that pressure, that the social pressure, and the thing about nobody's bothered to, hi Vitali, how are really you? How are you? Even a close friend. I'm sure he has close friends, family, relatives, but nobody bothered to find out. The only people, we as a society, we only see what's in front of us. We can't see nothing behind our nose. We can just see what we see, and we say what we see, right? We describe. We're not able to, if somebody, this could be your neighbor, your friend, or a relative who's been going through a tough situation. So when are we going to be able to, behind that smile, behind that apparent happiness, that somebody's pretending. I mean, we all pretend in life to be something, right? We in life, we try to always please our mom and dad first with career, this successful career, with our, brothers and sisters, members. I mean, your wife, your girl, society in general, friends. I mean, relatives, co-workers. I mean, there's so much pressure in all, in our society. Everywhere you look is pressure. So everything you would do from sunrise to dawn is like pretending something that we are not, something that we are, you know, just pretending to please others, just to be able to see, so people don't type, something bad or negative about us. I mean, that even when you guys, when you go to work, I mean, hi, good morning, Mr. Smith. Good morning, Mr. Perez. How are you? Oh, I'm good. They expect I'm good. I'm great. How are you on Monday morning? I mean, it could be anything. How was your weekend? Oh, my weekend was great. Well, how was your plan? I mean, there's so much pressure to be always positive, to be always that you're success, that you're good, that you. I mean, never. I mean, it comes to your mind to say, oh, something is bad. Wendy Williams has gone through this. Robin Williams. Nobody thought, that he was going to take his life. I mean, millions of dollars in the bank, properties, recognition. He even had, I think, a daughter. I think he had. I mean, he left behind. I mean, it seems that everything is good in life for you. Everything is like for these celebrities, the three I'm just talking about, the Vitali, Wendy Williams, and Robin. I mean, they have the world on their feet. The world. I mean, YouTube on the, one of the YouTube babies, babies is Vitali, one of the social media babies, that is this guy Vitali, a streamer, a YouTuber, of course he got into trouble with the situation what's going on in the Philippines now. The pressure of what I mean, having over 10 million subscribers and millions of views per week. That's a good, but that's that he already achieved the top. I mean, top on the line. I mean, the summit of his career, of his of his status as YouTuber. Did he really need to do more? I mean, even to cross the line where what's legal and what's not legal in the Philippines. I mean, he was streaming, he was recording, filming in the Philippines with his cameraman about in the street apparently, assuming, because we are not sure exactly what happened, but what the accusation, the charges are very serious, disturbing peace. I mean, violation of people's privacy. I mean, that's a few of the charges are very amazing, but serious charges actually. And each one of those charges is carrying all like 5 years each. That could be over 20 years, in prison, in a Filipino prison. But we don't know yet what's going to be the outcome. Hopefully he gets the best lawyer possible in the Philippines, and hopefully he gets good of assistance from the embassy. Of course, the embassy, they can just give the U.S. Russian embassy, they can just give consular assistance limited to what they're allowed to do by law, of course. But he is gonna the team of lawyers he has, of course, gonna fight hard. But the charges are serious, and the evidence apparently, assuming that those evidence, when presented in front of the judge, they are valid. There's a validation of the evidences, and the charges are not dropped, because the people who got offended for this situation were the pranks and stunts and over the line apparently. As I say apparently, because we have he's not guilty until the court of law says he's guilty. Just he's innocent so far, but he's facing serious jail time in the Philippines. And did he really? Let's go back to the point I was making at the beginning. The point I'm trying to open up for you. I mean, it's the open conversation. Drop me a comments if you disagree, what you think about. But did he really? I mean, he was not like a new YouTuber. Like he's trying to call the attention. He's like many. There are thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of YouTubers that are trying to do something over the line. Sometimes they do anything to get viewers. I mean, to get subscribers. Are we really need to be like that? I don't think so. I mean, I have my subscribers not even 500. I mean, it's a small amount of subscribers. But do I have to do really anything just to get the views or get the subscribers to get monetized? No, I don't. Whatever it takes, it takes. I mean, of course, if it takes less time, better, right? But him having millions of followers, millions of views, Did he really need to go to extra mile, even in violation of Filipino laws, to do this? No, I don't think so. I disagree. I don't think he did. But what was in his mind? Did anybody give any advice? Any close friend? Anybody? Like anybody, meaning could be anybody who knows him close, close by, family members. I'm not saying I'm blaming this to anybody. He's an adult enough. He's making his own decision on what to do. He's a channel, right? But little, and he knew, of course, he's very well informed, and to reach that level of fame and fortune and knowledge of how the social media works. I mean, how this thing, YouTubing, filming works. I mean, and how you get views, of course. And he knew, he had the information. I'm sure that he asked what could be, what's the culture, Filipino culture, what's the custom, of respect. Filipino is a huge 7,000 island, 120 million people. It's a populated, very much very much lots of people live in those 7,000 islands. Of course, geographically, of course, Canada is huge, bigger, Brazil, Mexico. I mean, if you think about it, right, for that amount of people, of course, over 120,000 people are in jail in the Philippines, out of almost like a 0.1% of the population is in jail. I mean, the jail system is crowded where he's sitting at this moment for days now, almost a week. It's a crowded jail system in which, if you really think about it, look, I'm not just talking about the Filipino jail system. What I'm talking about, jail anywhere, any country. You can be in any country, even in the States, South America, Latin America, Asia, Europe. And jail is not playing, it's not fun. You can't just, be in jail just to make a point of filming yourself in jail, make a stunt about how the people, inmates, you are among other inmates that's been there for 20 years, some of them, with long sentences. You are with all kinds of criminals, around, you are sitting there. And of course, accused of something that maybe we don't know. We don't know what's going to be the end of it. But just being there detained without bond, of course, can't get out. And what's going to happen there? What's going on? Every day must be held. I'm talking about any jail. I'm not just talking about Filipino jail. But as soon as, think about this. Being in his shoes. If you're really, are sitting there in a place, like 15 by 20 or 16 by 20, place, jail cell where it's supposed to be for 2 or 3 inmates, at most, and you have, instead of 3, they have 30 inmates, 30, inmates. That's roommates now. Surrounding. That barely you have 2 tiles, 3 or 4 tiles, and to sit. Inmates sit all day long because there's no space, not even to lie down on the floor. What about meals? Having meals. As soon as a new inmate arrive, there are other 28 people there, 28 other inmates. Most of them really criminal with already sentences, 20 years. Some of the guy in charge of the, and this goes by seniority. The guy in charge of this cell is the boss there. The boss is not the custodian, not the guarding that cell, right? That with the resident. The boss is by seniority. This is where seniority works. The seniority really works. The guy with the 25 year that has been sitting there in that jail cell for 25 years, that's the boss. With his lieutenants and helpers, and bodyguards, right? These guys it's not the government who owns the place, the jail cell. He owns basically, he's the boss there. You do what he says to do. You sit there and that's who you can sit, right? But if you want to lie down, if you're using 3 or 4 times to sit tightly like this, you're sitting there for. And if you get so tired and you want to lie down, now you're going to use 10 tiles on the floor to lie down and rest a little bit, right? But you pay a fee. Who collects that fee? The helper of the boss. Who is the boss? The other inmate that's been there for 20 years. By seniority, he's the boss, basically. And the junior boss, the second in command, it goes the other one guy with a 15-year jail, sentence, who's been sitting there for a long time too. That's how it goes. And the newcomer, you are just a freshman in the class. It's like, I don't want to be sarcastic, but this is a serious thing. and I really feel bad. I mean, this video is, I mean, it's just to get into the conscience of, as a human being, where we are, what do we do? I mean, uh, and I feel sorry. I mean, he's very wealthy. I mean, he's very famous. But you know, I wish somebody. I wish I could have done, myself, say something. Guy. Why not you just, try to obey the law. I mean, try to be the best you can. You can film your thing. I mean, you start your sketch. I mean, all this, pretending, to with in your interaction with local people, but now the offense is very serious. Now being back on the jail cell, I mean, that's just to be able to see that. And if you need like if he needs, for instance, like a small tarp or something that you want to lay down, a pillow that can cost you another $5 for the pillow for per, like a rent money, like you paying the boss, which is the other inmate. The bed, I mean, the pillow, $5 for the pillow for rent, right? That has to be collected, and the other mattress. If there is a mattress, it's gonna rent the mattress too. If you wanna lay down and be able to sleep a little bit during that night, that's another $5. I mean, everything costs money there. If you wanna fix like a noodle soup, a noodle soup that costs 99 cents outside anywhere in the street. I mean, anywhere in the cafeteria, it costs $5. And there's a business going on there. I'm not sure. I'm sure that he is not short of cash, of course. But now the whole situation of being subject to that kind of environment that he's not used to. I mean, none of us are used to, of course, until we get to the point that we're there. I mean, we're not gonna just to get the experience. I don't want to go. I mean, nobody wants to go to jail just to get the experience of jail cell and film yourself there, have a video, have interviews inside with the inmates, how life is, just to show the world how life is, and get millions of views, of course, and of course more followers, more subscribers, just to get through that experience. I don't think that's the reason. But guys, we never know. I mean, we never know. I mean, what's behind the whole situation? I'm not doubting it's real. I mean, all I'm saying that anything can happen. Anything. I mean, with artificial intelligence, with everything going on in social media, it's hard to know. It's harder to know for sure if something is real, something that you're watching. It was done by human. Or these people are really human beings. I mean, it's so much, and people, all these events, has millions of people following. I mean, thinking that this is for entertainment, of course. And some people know that's not real, right? That's pranks, right? Stunts, this and that. But people watch those stuff. I mean, that's millions of people, millions and millions of people. Just look at him. That is one example. Most of the things, his videos were not things that are, fit with reality. The reality of something that's real. I mean, something that you live a daily life. I mean, if you look in the cooking videos, like somebody's cooking like a meal, like spaghetti, and how the recipe is done, that's real. Come on, right? I mean, a chef is showing how to cook a good spaghetti or good pizza or whatever in life. And a carpenter. I mean, there's so many types of video, how people in real life, this is real life, what they do, how to flush your toilet, effectively, efficiently. I mean, there are tricks, right? Those video gets millions of followers too. But the most people, entertainment, I mean, in this planet, this world, this time, in this generation, this is, it's a thin line between what's real and what's not. And of course, we always think, wow, this is amazing. But when we start digging more, it's not real. So being in if this is real, I mean, he's in a jail cell. I mean, think about that. I mean, now every day that goes, if it's real, it's hell for this fellow. I mean, this YouTuber Vitali. But the thing that most surprising is that, like Wendy Williams' case, like Robin Williams, all that until something really bad happens, there is a wake-up call. Oh, finally I didn't. Wow, how this can happen? People start. The first thing is the criticism. Oh, that he shouldn't violate the Filipino law. That's the thing. That's the moral. The moral is that, we're all good, right? The rest of us are so good, almost perfect, that we point, because he violated the Filipino law, and he shouldn't be. Of course, yeah, he should not have done that. But how many of us really reach out to him and say, guys, look, this is going to get you in trouble, my friend. I mean, even if it's not your friend, this is going to get you in trouble. Please step back. I mean, if it's for the money, plenty. He had plenty of money. For the following, plenty, millions of followers, millions of subscribers. I mean, the status, the recognition. But, but the main thing is here. One of the main thing I see is that he was craving for attention, craving. He did reach to the top, but guess what? After he reached to the top, there was nothing in there. Nothing. He found the place empty. It's like you climb to the Mount Everest, which is the highest peak in the planet, and then you go to the Mount Everest, start taking a picture of you, right? To tell the world that you are able to climb. To do, very few people do that. The Mount Everest in Asia, but once you reach the top, the peak of everything, if this could be, even if you want to be a president of any country, like, but let's talk about the Mount Everest. And then when you look around, empty, nothing is there. So there is an emptiness in you too. I mean, in your whole body, in your mind. Oh, all I did is for this. There's a change of mood now. That once you reach the top, what you are looking for all your life, it's like a CEO that goes to the top of the company. You can say Coca-Cola, you can any company, right? You reach to the top, all the money in the bank, billions and billions of dollars. I don't want to mention name here, but you know the billionaires, who the billionaires are. You know who the billionaires are, all the billionaires, top 10 billionaires, you know the names. Should I name a couple of them? Elon Musk, Zuckerberg, Bill Gates. Once they found that there's nothing in there, it's totally empty. Not even, the whole career, the whole effort, these people are brain, these smart people, but there is an emptiness. You see them, how they talk, what they do in every day. All of them almost, dysfunctional families, divorces, situation with family members, with friends. There's no. I think they have one real. Hopefully, they have one real friend in this planet. These people are most likely one of the loneliest people in the planet. After reaching that kind of level, top 10 in the planet, man, in the humankind, in wealth, fame, social status, you can name it, guys. One thing is that when you reach this level, if you ask yourself, so what's now? I want to tell you this. I want to tell you, Vitali, Wendy Williams, listen, please. If you find Jesus Christ in the four Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, that's when you have a new relationship with Jesus. That's when you start living your new life. When you become a friend of Jesus Christ, Jesus becomes part of your life, part of your soul, part of your body, you live in Jesus now. Once you accept Jesus Christ in your heart and declare that He's your Savior, He's your Lord, that's when you need nothing more. You don't need billions of dollars. You don't need those. You don't really need that fame. You don't want to be, all the recognition, all the social status, all the applauses, all the red carpet. When you find Jesus Christ, that's when you need nothing more than, because He's enough. He's gonna fulfill your life. He's gonna fulfill your body, your spirit. That relationship. This is a person. This is not about religion. This is not religion. This is a personal relationship with Jesus, our Lord, the Son of God. When you reach that, nothing bothers. Things just flows. It's a new life. So that's my message. After thanks for watching, and hopefully you do okay. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you in the next video. I'll leave you with this message this evening. See you in the next video. And please, if you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe if you want, if you like this content, or give us a thumbs up if you like. If not, it's okay too. Love you all, guys. Even if you don't, it's okay. I love you guys. I'm just happy that this video is gonna reach one of you. Or at least if I can reach one person, the message goes to one person who's about to do something really, tragic or anything. Thank God we can reach that person. God bless you. Thanks.